So we must focus on what the Kansas City Chiefs have been doing as of lately and what they've been doing recently. In this video, we're going to be talking about all of their wide receivers, Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, and Justin Ross and more. But we're going to also be talking about their defense, their coaching, because obviously it's more factors into football than just wide receivers. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs, right? The thing about them that a lot of people don't really talk about much is that they've been consistent over the years. But when I say consistent, I'm not talking about being good over the years. I'm talking about having a consistent roster, like a consistently stable roster. Even before Mahomes, the roster was always stable. But obviously bringing in Patrick Mahomes to mix with Andy Reid, that was clearly what sparked the Chiefs a lot, because Mahomes had the talent. He had a rocket arm. He's always been able to make plays that other quarterbacks just simply can't make. And that was the reason. And also Travis Kelce, pairing up Travis Kelce with a quarterback that could throw it super deep down the field. All of them factors really added up to why the Chiefs is so successful now. And it's going to be fun for these years to come, watching Mahomes, Kelce, Andy Reid still in action. It's going to be very fun to watch. And Andy Reid, he's just very good at what he does. He's a very good offensive play caller. And with an improviser like Mahomes that could throw 80 yards down the field, we already know him and Andy Reid was going to make some history together. And it's honestly not done. Mahomes is still in his prime. He's still learning how to make perfect reads. Mahomes is still learning things that an NFL quarterback has to learn. It was such a great start to his early career. It really makes you excited for the future that beholds for Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, even though Kelce is getting up there in age. And then you got these young wide receivers like Rashee Rice, Sky Moore, and Justin Ross, especially Justin Ross, young wide receivers that's looking like they're promising to make plays in the future. And you got MVS, Richie James. So the wide receiver core is very stable, and it's probably the most talented we've had in the Mahomes era, in my opinion, because all of these dudes have high-level potential. And then you got to take a look at the defense, probably the best defense we've had in the Mahomes era, with Trent McDuffie, who's going to be an elite cornerback, no question. 2 late-round corners that was making plays last year in Joshua Williams and Jalen Watson. L'Jarius Sneed, very good corner who's facing a knee injury. And you also bring in some studs like Chamari Connor, Nick Jones, Khalif Halasi in this year's draft. So the Chiefs are building something perfect. Their linebacker room is amazing. Their linebacker room is definitely amazing. With Nick Bolton, Drew Tranquill, who else? Willie Gay and Leo Chenal. That's a very good linebacker room right there. And the Chiefs just know what they're doing, man. They honestly know what they're doing. And the Chiefs, they're going to be playing the Arizona Cardinals tomorrow, Saturday, 8 p.m. And we know how we opened the preseason. 26-24 road loss versus the New Orleans Saints. We had a 24-17 lead in the fourth, but somehow gave up a touchdown. And they got back into the game. Then Chris Ola, I don't even know this dude's name. I really don't care. He tossed the interception a few plays later that led to the Saints hitting the game-winning field goal. So that was really that was bad to watch. And the Cardinals, they opened the preseason. They beat our ops, the Denver Broncos, 18-17. And yeah, a lot of people have us losing to the Cardinals. I mean, I doubt that we're going to play Patrick Mahomes. And most likely the Cardinals are going to be playing their starters for the whole game because they really have nothing to lose. And I doubt that we're going to really play our starters that much. So I don't really know who's going to win. We don't know who's going to really win. Who knows? But I do believe that the Kansas City Chiefs, at least we could see a little bit more of dudes like Justin Ross, Rashee Rice, Richie James. That's all I really care about for preseason. I don't really care about who's winning, because at the end of the day, it's really not about that. Because we know we win in the regular seasons. It's really about who's making plays this preseason and who's stepping up and showing that they have what it takes to compete for the regular season. The preseason gives us a little preview of what's to come. That's all it really gives us a preview of, is what's to come for the Chiefs and these rookies and what to expect out of these backup players. Are they going to be able to step up in big games? We'll have to just see. when you look at the depth of this roster, that's another thing that's been elite over the years. For example, a lot of people say, oh, well, the Bengals didn't have Tyler Boyd and y'all won off of a bullshit call. But you got to really look deep into what happened that game. I'm pretty sure we lost Juju, Kadarius, who else? Sky Moore was underperforming. Cole didn't play. Either we lost Juju or he got locked up. I forgot. Trust me, I definitely watched that game. But I do know that MVS had to step up, and for some reason, Marcus Kemp ended up being our wide receiver too, so Juju couldn't have been playing. So yeah, Marquez Valdes had to step up, but that goes to show you the depth of this roster. Like, it's always the next man up that's ready to play well, and that's another reason why we've been so successful over the years. At the end of the day, as the Chiefs just keep getting more powerful and powerful, you know, all these weapons, all these players that's very good at what they do. We got Karlaftis, Chris Jones, who sat out for 28 practices now, but I do believe that everything's going to be fine with him, and the Chiefs are going to get that together. But yeah, it's just like a lot of potential when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, even their special teams is pretty solid. Last year it was bumpy, but it still was pretty solid. Their defense, like I said, is really trending up. Their offense is up there every season. So the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be dominant for years to come, especially if Justin Ross turns out to be what everybody expects. And that makes the Chiefs even more scary. And this is why the video is named What They Refuse to Tell You About the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's because when I say they refuse, I feel like a lot of people are in denial of that. The Chiefs are going to be just keep continuing to be good. Every year they pray for us to have a downfall. Every year they pray the Kansas City Chiefs stop playing good. Every year, you know, they always praying on something bad happening with the Chiefs. But in my opinion, the Chiefs are going to be fine, and I think that they're going to make a repeat. They might even be the first team ever to three-peat, because at the end of the day, records are nothing to Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he's shattering records. He's breaking curses. So I wouldn't be surprised if he somehow led the team to three-peat, because when he's determined, he doesn't lose. And I do think that we're at least going to repeat. I think we're going to win the Super Bowl again. That's just not my inner fan in me. That's just me thinking that the Chiefs are good enough to win the Super Bowl again. But definitely gonna win the Super Bowl again, and a three-peat may be possible as well. And I just can't wait for that Lions game. You know, we're getting closer and closer. The 7th is not too far, and I don't know if it's the 7th. I think it is. It's not too far, and that Thursday night game is gonna be amazing. But keep supporting, like and subscribe, Chiefs Priority, and I'm out.